What were the Declaration of Independence and the Articles of Confederation? By early summer of 1776, fighting between the colonists and the British had gone on for more than a year. A majority of the members of the Continental Congress were in agreement that the time had come for the colonies to officially declare their independence from the British government. So, a 5-man committee was established to write a Declaration of Independence. The committee then assigned the task of writing the document to Thomas Jefferson. After many revisions, the Second Continental Congress voted to adopt the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. In the document, Jefferson stated the colonies' grievances against the British government, stated that they wanted their independence, and explained why. The preamble of the Declaration of Independence holds perhaps one of U.S. history's most famous quotes. "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Copies of the document were sent to the colonies, where it was read aloud in public and published in newspapers. A copy was also sent to King George. Meanwhile, the fighting continued. As 1776 drew to a close, George Washington and his men scored a major surprise military victory after crossing the Delaware River and capturing German forces at Trenton, New Jersey on December 26th. However, 1777 was a tough year for the American fighters. The British were in control of Philadelphia and New York and began to attack the colonies in upstate New York. As the Continental Congress continued to meet, its members realized that they wanted to create some form of a central government that would unite the 13 colonies. The states also knew that establishing a government would allow foreign nations to officially recognize them and might lead these nations to aid in their cause. However, the states wanted to be clear. They wanted as much independence as possible and did not want a powerful federal government. A committee was established to write a document which explained how the Congress had been operating, what the purpose of the central government was, and what Congress could and could not do. This document was called the Articles of Confederation. It allowed Congress to conduct foreign affairs, make treaties, declare war, maintain an army and navy, coin money, and establish post offices. The Articles of Confederation stated that Congress was not allowed to elect a president of the central government or enforce laws. Congress could pass laws, but it could not force the states to obey those laws. The Articles of Confederation also prohibited Congress from raising money by collecting taxes. All Congress could do was request that states contribute money toward the war against the British and the running of the government. The document created a loose confederation of states with a weak central government. The Articles of Confederation is considered to be the first constitution of the United States. It was adopted by the Continental Congress on November 15, 1777. In order to become official, it needed to be ratified or approved by all of the states. That occurred on March 1st, 1781, when Maryland became the last state to ratify the Articles of Confederation. Let's review. Question 1. What member of the Continental Congress was primarily responsible for writing the Declaration of Independence? A. John Hancock. B. Samuel Adams. C. Thomas Jefferson. D. Benjamin Franklin. If you answered C, you know that Thomas Jefferson was primarily responsible for writing the Declaration of Independence. Question 2. Where did George Washington and his men win a surprise military victory on December 26, 1776? A. Boston, Massachusetts. B. Trenton, New Jersey. C. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. D. Oneida, New York. The correct answer is B. George Washington and his men won a surprise military victory in Trenton, New Jersey in December 1776. Question 3. What was the name of the Continental Congress's document which explains the purpose of the central government? A. The Rights of States. B. The Tory Act. C. American Manifesto. D. The Articles of Confederation. The correct answer is D. The Articles of Confederation explained the purpose of the central government.